Here I am, folks. Hello. Welcome to Butchie Boom. We're having some crazy technical difficulties. We're trying to get this Uber driver program started. It's not working out so well. I had a whole bunch of stuff set up for you over working on StreamYard. I was going to tell you about all kinds of stuff. So I'm really, truly sorry that we're running a little bit behind. With that said, welcome to Butchie Boom. This is going to be a great thing here, folks. We're welcoming new and experienced Uber drivers. Now, see, the other program was supposed to help with this, so I'm going to be a little off here. So before we get too going, I want to welcome everybody to our first live Uber and Lyft driver group forum to help Uber drivers. Uber Eats delivery people, Lyft drivers to be successful. You name it, we want you. We want you to help come solve problems together. We're going to rant, we're going to rave, and we're going to just pretty much have a pretty good time here when we're doing it. So please support our channel. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. That's the green screen behind me that you're supposed to see. You weren't supposed to see. But anyway, for the next one, I promise we'll be up and running better with StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. But please share our channel anyway, okay? I'm sure everybody will appreciate it. So we want to help new drivers and delivery people to get up and running. And what I mean is get the apps up and running. How do you qualify? What kind of car should you have? We really want to take people through the ropes. Uber and Lyft, they don't give us any kind of training, folks. You know that. So when we're going on for the first time, we're pretty much on our own. So we're left to our own trials, our own errors. And before you know it, we've got low ratings. We're being deactivated. Don't get me started on that because we're going to get into that in a minute. But, it's really unfair how Uber and Lyft sets us out without any kind of training. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to turn that around a little bit, give us a little place that we can come, hang out, and figure out together, what Uber and Lyft should be telling us from the first place. So like I said, we want established drivers, new folks. If you're established, you bring your issues. New folks, bring your issues. Let's see if we can't help you fix them. This is also a place to share your tips and tricks. What makes you successful? What makes me successful? Maybe we can share that with other people. I promised in the advertisement that if you stuck around, if you came to the feed, I would show you what I consider to be one of our greatest tips that we could give. And I'll give that to you in a few minutes. I keep thinking there's a banner in front of me, but there's not. So we want to help you raise your rating. So if you're facing deactivation, if your ratings are all over the place, going up and down, we want to help you do that too. I really wish you could see what I'm seeing, and you're seeing the green screen. And I'm sorry. But we want to give advice and suggestions to one another, during our live chat and maybe, okay. If I would have had my banners, I would have had my talking points, but I don't. So we want you to appear on our live broadcast, hang out in the chat room, answer questions, start a controversy, stir things up here a little bit so we can help one another, okay? I want you to also think about maybe appearing on our live streams. We can tweet out and Facebook out a link that we can have random folks come on in and share your experiences and strengths as an Uber driver, Lyft driver. And when I say Uber driver, I'm saying that generically, that's for Eats. And I'm saying it's for Grubhub and all the other gig stuff. We want you all to come because we all work in one way or another doing the same thing, and we can, share from one another and learn from one another's experiences. So, again, this is going to be a place where you can just come, chill out, and hang out with others in the same field of work. Everybody knows what everybody else is going through. And we even want passengers to come because, folks, passengers, they should know what we drivers have to go through in order to put in give them a good ride. I will say to you that most of us try very hard to give a good ride. We work very hard for that rating. So I'm hoping that drivers or riders will come in and take a look. So we really want to be interactive. We want real actual drivers and delivery people to share their stories and issues, good and bad. We want to hear it all. We want to share it all. We want to give you a voice. And again, maybe appear on the shows. It's very easy, apparently. I speak that tongue in cheek. It's apparently pretty easy to send out a link over Facebook just to have you folks just come on in. So, and over Twitter. So that's something to consider. So let me just give you a little bit of background about myself. I have a little bit of over 2 years driving experience for both Uber and Lyft. I've worked very hard to be, and I'm proud that I'm an Uber Pro Platinum driver with a 4.98 rating. Work very hard for that. What do I do to work hard for it? I keep a nice, clean car, inside and out. Let me get rid of this. But you don't have a banner. I have a banner in my face. So I keep a nice, clean car. I'm friendly. I'm not pushy. My car is completely generic on the inside, meaning that it's just like it came out of the showroom. It's not a new car by any means, but it's completely empty. There's no personalization whatsoever. Most importantly, when the people get in the car, my radio is down. It's off, completely off. And I don't want to have to compete. We all know what it's like when someone gets in the back seat and they got those headphones on and all you hear is tick, 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 tick. I wish I could turn my radio on. Tick, 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 tick. What about some old-fashioned drums, folks? That's another issue for another day. But we've all heard the unbelievable stories that we hear about Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, you know, the passengers and all the experiences and stuff. You know, frankly, some of it I thought was just people looking for attention until something happened to me very, very recently. Actually, this past week, and I can't wait to tell you about that in about 2 seconds. So I want you to stick around because we're going to get into something what I'm calling segment or issue number 1. It's going to be the segment what we're going to call the segment issue number 1. It's going to be the first thing that we're going to talk about, the first issue. Hopefully we get to many of those issues, and I don't know what they are, but the thumbnail talked about mystery deactivation, and I want to add to that, or is it Uber driver app issue? Oh, I can't show you the video that we worked so hard on. We have a video that was supposed to run side by side with this. That was to show you a conversation that I had with Uber. I woke up yesterday morning preparing to get on the Uber app and go out and do driving. And on the front page, out of nowhere, to remind you, I'm a 4.98 rider or driver. Never had a complaint. I woke up and it said that I had to contact the customer support folks because there was an issue. Shocking, because actually I haven't driven in over a month. Okay, well maybe not quite, but then the last drive I did was an Eats delivery. So I couldn't imagine anything. There's nothing. Plus I have a dash cam, so I couldn't imagine. I tried to call Uber, but they don't open till 10 o'clock Eastern. Okay, fine. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll wait. I went back to sleep. I didn't have to be up. I went back to sleep. I did go through my emails, looking for all the emails and seeing if there's anything from Uber. Absolutely zilch, nothing. I mean, of course, you got the Quest ones and the earn extra money this week, you know, but nothing regarding any type of an app issue. So 10:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I call Uber and I spoke to Uber and I asked them what was going on, and they had no clue. Everything looked good. Background check was good. In fact, I just went through a background check, May and June for both Uber and Lyft, because I drive for them both. Clear, no problem. Don't know. And they both said, so I got transferred to the second person. The second person, I don't have my notes in front of me, so now you got to deal with me talking with my hands and getting lost in conversation. But anyway, second person, he goes through and I can hear him talking out loud. You know, he's not deactivated. He's got a and everything was good. And he says, I don't know what's going on. I think you just need to wait for the app to reset. Uninstall the app and reinstall it. And that's nothing new because I had hopped on Facebook to the Uber and Lyft forums over there, groups on Facebook. And they were all giving me the same advice too. It's same common sense kind of stuff, you know. And I even tried it out. I have 2 cell phones, so I was able to try it on 2 different phones. Same issue, wasn't being resolved. So I waited a couple hours and got a little annoyed. I want to say ticked. That's the real, that's putting it mildly. So I sent them off one of their texts on the app. You know, I figure you make a phone call. But of course, they're very basic in there. They make me pull I have no hair. There's nothing to pull out but the frustration of trying to get through because this is livelihood. You know what I mean? It's our livelihood. So you can't get through to these idiots. You know, so you send them a text And you write down, you fill out it all out, and you explain to them, I can't go online. It says to contact customer support. I contacted customer support, and they say that there's absolutely no issue, that I should just wait my time and hang out. Well, I've waited, and what's going on? I wanted an update. The simpletons. They're simpletons. I don't know where they pull these things from. Uber, if you're listening to this, I'm tagging you all over the place on this. How does this even work? How do you how does the SEC not investigate this? I don't understand. How do you make money? You want drivers out there, but you won't get them out there driving. That's my rant. So let me get back on point, okay? Let me get back on point, because I am a little annoyed. The idiot customer person who's supposed to be working with us, you know what I mean, to keep us on the road, I give him the spiel about what's going on. I even sent him a screenshot. And I've got the video of all this to prove it. I'm going to show. I will get it up there on a separate video. Could you please explain what's going on, what your issue is? Are you friggin' kidding me? I don't know who you're employing there, Uber. So I rewrite this big thing, right? And I sent it back to them as nice as I possibly could be. And I was nice. I get another thing back finally from somebody else. It seems to be a little escalated at this point, saying that it's an app issue that's going to take 3 to 4 days to resolve. What is the app issue? Nobody will tell you, because they give you these stupid canned responses. I wasn't satisfied. I'm furious at this point, because all I want to do is drive and make money. You know, we all want to make money. That's what we're here for. I send them back another thing. Don't you know I get another one of those idiots who comes back and says, could you please explain your problem? Have you read the friggin' thread? I was so, So I typed them back and told them, read the thread, exclamation point. I get another email back or a text back. We understand your frustration. There's an app issue. You're what part of the outage. But wait a minute. When I call Uber, they have no indication of any kind of an outage, right? When I talk to other drivers, they don't have an indication of any outage. Nothing on Twitter, nothing on Facebook. So I say they're full of shit. What's going on that my app won't work? I'm furious about this, because I work hard. When I go out there and I bust my hump out there to haul their passengers for almost peanuts in the car, and I do this with a smile on my face, because I know it's what I do. But I don't like when they get in the way and they don't give you the support that you need to go out there and make a living, so that you can represent them, so that you don't get somebody like me getting on YouTube tonight, fresh, angry as a person could possibly be, on his maiden part of his series. I'm furious, folks. Furious, absolutely furious over Uber with this. So I do have Lyft as a backup. Some of the feedback I got on the Facebook thing. And look, we're never, we have to remain teachable. And I'm trying my very best to do that. This good thing well, that's why I use Lyft as a backup. Yeah, I got it too. But see, the problem with Lyft in my area, I'm quite rural. Lyft, if you press Lyft and you go online with Lyft, they'll send you 30 miles with no pickup fee. You know this. No pickup fee whatsoever, to take somebody around the corner for $3.99. I've spent $15 in time and gas. It doesn't work. And they also work with the social services. That's not so bad, because that can keep you busy a little bit during certain times. But when you're not, and when you're off times and it's, after business hours, you could go anywhere to Timbuktu and back. So Lyft in the upstate capital area, while some drivers will rave about it, I personally, I'm going to be stuck using them. And I don't want to, but I will, because I've invested a lot doing Uber, to be quite frank. And so I'm really upset that they have done this. And I just wonder what it's like for other folks out there. How I've read through some of the feedback that I got on Facebook, that some lady had to wait a month. Could you imagine a month without income? That's, it's shameful, Uber. Shameful. And I don't know who I'm ranting to and how many people are watching. Probably just me. But that's the way it goes. So, folks, that's our first episode. I really hope that you'll come back and see us again when I'm not on a rant. We're going to be back here every Friday, providing all of this goes well, and we'll figure it out. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll let you know how I made out with Uber. And I think, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Be safe. Happy driving. Happy trails to you.